Good morning, everybody. This is Patrick Lee, and it's time for Midweek Motivation Live. We'll be back right after this. Good morning, everybody. This is Patrick Lee. I hope you are ready for another episode of Midweek Motivation Live. If you saw the title of the show pop up on your feed, on your live feed today, we're going to talk about giving your way to success. And I just want to jump right into this. People already like it and loving the show. Looky there. People are ready to go today. It's a great morning. Hey, Sal, good morning, my friend. Great to see you watching. People already tuning in from all around America and around the world for Midweek Motivation Live. Hey, I'm wearing a button down and I didn't button down my collar. Oh my goodness. Fashion faux pas. So sorry, guys, but hey, I hope it doesn't distract you. If giving your way to success is the topic today. I've been listening and reading a lot of the classics again. And I was just reminded yesterday from a friend about Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill's wonderful book, and read that many times. I'm reading another one. My friend Cody just loaned me Tribe of Millionaires. I've read Tribal Leadership. That's a great one. The Millionaire Next Door. This one is Tribe of Millionaires, written by David Osborne and Pat Hyben, with Mike McCarthy and Tim Rode, with a foreword by Hal Elrod. And I was going through my book collection at the house, and I have The Miracle Morning. Hal Elrod wrote the Miracle Morning. And then Jake Hinder, Michael Reese, and Hal Elrod co-wrote Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents, which is another great one that I found. My Think and Grow Rich, I found Acres of Diamonds, and I've been listening to some Earl Nightingale. Some of you I keep mentioning on here again lately. Some of my experiences with Earl Nightingale and the Insight series way back 40 years ago that kind of started changing my life, telling my age a little bit. 35, let's say 35 years ago. We'll say that. 35 years ago, it started changing my life, and I've spent the last couple of mornings in my morning routine when I'm listening to, something motivational or fulfilling in my life. It's part of my morning routine, and I recommend every one of you have a morning routine, and I've shared some of that with you in the past. Hey, Connor, good to see you on here as well, man. It's going great. So in my morning routine, get up, wash my face. I kind of stay off social media, stay away from the phone for at least 30 minutes, get my first cup of coffee, start getting centered on who I am in the morning, say my prayers, say some affirmations. And here lately, it's actually been much easier for me. My sleep regimen is changing, and I think it's changing basically based on my goals and the things that I continue to tell myself. And I'm waking up increasingly earlier and earlier each day. My wife has been getting up early to go to work for years, and I used to, and then worked late evenings and nights, and a lot of times early mornings, and would get up at 3, 4 a.m. But then in the real estate life, you start slowing down on that. And if you don't have to get up as early, you don't get up quite as early. But now I am moving back into changing and getting up earlier again. And it's been very refreshing for me. So I've been, part of that regimen is once I have said my prayers or affirmations, I go into motivation mode and I start listening to motivational music, something that blesses my spirit, my soul, and my mind, my psyche, and motivational speakers. And I've been listening to Earl Nightingale again, talking about the strangest secret and different speeches that he has given in the past, and Acres of Diamonds, of course, a lot of those from many of the great speakers of the past. And was listening again today, and actually had another topic that I was going to talk to you about today. We've been going into a lot of things that have to do with, last week it was conformity, and how is that good or not so good for you? Are you a conformist? But was going to go along that line today, and I decided to start talking to people about this today. And the title of the show is Give Your Way to Success. And the show, it says at the bottom right here, motivating you to success in every area of life. And we've gotten off of the topic of money for a few weeks, and we've talked about a lot of other things. But I do want to talk to you a little bit about success in every area of life. And the best way to achieve that simply is service. In listening to Earl today, and he was going over some of the secrets from Think and Grow Rich and from some of the secrets of the richest man who ever lived, and a couple of the other authors, other books that he mentioned in there. Many people have come to him and said in the past, if your goal in life is to make more money, that's kind of a very loose goal, and no one actually makes money except for people that work at the mint. They're the only people that make money, and actually the government is probably guilty of ordering them to make much more money than we have gold in Fort Knox to back, right? So the amount of money that is being printed at the U.S. Mint, wherever they make the money, that's the only people that make money. Everyone else earns money. And how do you earn money? Raise your hand or say in the comments if you have some ingenious ways that you earn money. But money is a tool that is earned, right? It's earned. And what do we trade for money? We trade things, or we trade labor or service, right? So if you want to make more money, if it's good to have a goal to earn more money or to achieve a higher level of status in life. Hey, Pete, good to see you watching again today as well. Always count on Pete watching the show. Hope everything is going well with you out. Also, I'm always impressed at the amount of people that watch the show every week. Money is used for goods and services, correct, and in the positive and the negative. So money, number one, let's just get scriptural here, and let's just defy or debunk one common statement that a lot of people say, and everyone says that money is the root of all evil. And the truth is that they misquote the Bible repeatedly and say that money is the root of all evil. Money definitely can motivate people to evil, but it's not money itself that is the root of all evil. The Bible says that, where this quote comes from, that everyone says they're not a Christian or they don't necessarily read the Bible, but they always want to use this quote if we start talking about money. Funny how that works, isn't it? That the love of money is the root of all evil. So then I would also tie along with that statement this other statement from the Bible, and that is, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So not only is money not evil, it's the love of money that can make someone evil. And I've shared this on the show in the past. Money, in my opinion, is simply a magnifier of who you already are inside. If you're an amazing, magnanimous person and you're a giver, and you have a very small amount of money, but you can continue to give, to pour into others, and to serve others, that is who you are inside. And hopefully, if you come across or learn to increase the amount of money that you earn, that you trade for, that you serve for, that same person you are inside is the person that moves forward in the same manner, in the same method. You continue to serve others. Money should be your how, not your why. Great comment, Cody. That is incredible. That's a good one. Peter says, what you're using the money for is what counts. Money simply is a tool. We live in a world that has an economy, and we also live in a world where the economy is it's money. It's how do we move forward? Everything that we do takes money. We would love to live in a cashless society, but it's just simply not. We're not able to do that. We don't all walk around like they used to in the old days. They would walk around with a little bag of coins and even gold coins. And then if they wanted to trade something, they would shave off a little shaving of gold or some gold powder, carve off some little pieces of gold. And that's what they would trade for a meal, for a drink, for a night in the inn or a motel. And they would carve that. And many times you will see that when old gold hoards are found, or gold coins, silver coins are found, they're irregularly shaped, partly because of the primitive stamping process, but most of that because those coins would be carved on. You would get a certain amount of money and then you would carve off amounts of that. Now, here in America, we have different denominations of money, right? Starting with your very large bills. The bills all stay the same size and shape, but the denominations change. And then you go into smaller and smaller coins to break that up, so we don't have to cut our coins or tear a $10 bill in half and give someone half and say that's $5. It simply doesn't work today, correct? So as we go through these different things, the different teachings that I've been reading or listening to again, and reading, great book, like I've been telling you, great book right here, Tribe of Millionaires, all of these things that I'm reading, the common theme, the thread that's woven throughout all of them is simply this, that service is the way to success. If you want to be successful in every area of your life, it comes through how well you serve. So I would like for each of us to take this moment or time or sometime today to do this exercise. And I've used to do this a lot and I've gotten off of it for a while. And that's simply the pros and cons, or the self-check. We did a gut check week before last, right? That was pretty good. Gut check was the topic of that show. That was a hard-hitting one. But if you take a piece of paper and you start at the bottom of that paper, just a blank paper, it can be lined, unlined, it doesn't matter. Draw a line down from the top to the bottom on that paper. And on the left side, I would like you to write all of the negative things that you think about money, things that you've heard about money, what you believe that money can cause negatively to happen in your life. But then I want you also to go to the right side. Once you're done with that, I would like for you to go to the right side of the paper and write down the opposite of whatever that first negative statement was. We've heard for years that for every action, there is an opposite, an equal and opposite reaction, correct? So if you have a negative connotation or a negative thought about money, such as number one, right, money is the root of all evil, then to the right side of that, you can simply put money is not the root of all evil. Money is simply a tool. If you can say on the left side that that people with a lot of money are greedy, on the right side, you can come back and disprove that and in your mind, and you can say that people with a lot of money are bigger givers. Everything that we do in life comes down to this: are we giving or taking? Everything in life, are we giving or taking? And if we are a taker in life, if we are always reaching out for what we can grasp, whatever we can grasp is all that we will ever have. And everything that you have that you release from your hand goes into your future, magnifies, and comes back to you. That's simply the way the world works. If you sow anger, discord, lack, want, greed, that's all you're going to get back. But if you have something to give, it's not enough to meet your need. That in turn is your seed. And you can give that, sow that into your future and watch it magnify and come back to you. And that is the service part of life, serving your way to success. You can do that. Write down as many on a page as you can. And I would recommend that for every one of you do it, at least come up with 10. If you can come up with 2, you can come up with 10. 10 negative ideas, negative thoughts, things that you have about money, and then discount them with an equal and opposite reaction on the positive side of the page. Post that up on your mirror someplace, maybe your bathroom mirror, to where you see it at least in the morning and the evening, every time you go into the restroom at your home, and start changing the way you think about money. Number one, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is. And the people that love money above people are very shallow, needy, and greedy people. And we know that many of them, we talk about them. We call them the mafia. We call them the rich people that pull the strings, the puppet masters of politicians, the puppet masters of the people in power over us, right? The people with the money. We used to call it the golden rule, right? The man with the gold makes the rules, right? So the people with money are the ones that pull the strings. But if the people with money have evil intentions, the love of money has warped them, deprived them of love, peace, joy in their lives, and have basically have them captive to their love of that money. I have had much money in the past, and I have gone through seasons with no money in the past. I'm a father of girls, multiple girls. When you're a father of multiple girls, you have to either make a lot of money or you have to curb the amount you let your family spend, right? I think I had to get into real estate because my girls were becoming teenagers. Hmm, it's just a joke, but it's pretty true. Pastor Frank, thank you. Great comment. Love it. Do the math according to God's plan. Absolutely. If what you have is not enough to meet your need, that is your seed. And if you will release that into your future, it will magnify and come back to you. That's a Mike Murdoch principle that I've read in the past many times. Have a lot of great books from Mike Murdoch and the wisdom keys for success as well. I'd recommend a lot of people pick up some of his books. You may not like his delivery in some of his shows or the way that he preaches. And it's not for everyone. Other people are much better speakers, orators, preachers, people that get the point across. But when it comes to the books and the simpleness of writing out the concepts that God have shown him and that he has gleaned from the Word of God, I don't know that there's a better set of books for you to get your hands on. Those are all wisdom secrets, wisdom keys by Mike Murdoch. Any one of those, wisdom commentary 1 and 2. I own multiple books of his, and they're just great for wisdom. And many of them talk about money. Money is a necessary. It's a necessary tool. It's part of what does make the world go around. So many people will use that money to measure their success, correct? When we have a conversation with someone or we meet someone for the first time, what's the first question you ask? Someone introduce you to a friend, says, "Hey, this is so and so. This is so and so. Y'all, nice to meet." And in sales, we're taught the Ford method. When you're wanting to talk to someone, of course, it's called the Ford method. And the first thing that you do is ask them about their family. That's F for family. O is for occupation. R stands for recreation and fun. And D is dreams and goals. So that's the method that you would use for connecting with someone. The first time you meet someone, you ask them about their family. "Hey, you married, single, got some kids? Tell me about your kids. How big is your family?" And then naturally, the very next question we ask that person is, "Oh, so what do you do?" And a lot of times people will get that backwards, and you'll be introduced to someone, and the first thing they ask you is, "What do you do?" And if that's their first question, what do you automatically think in your mind? They just want to measure me up and see how much money I make, right? Plain and simple. They just want to know if I'm on the same social status they are. And if I don't make somewhere near the amount of money they do or more, they're probably not going to be very interested in talking to me. Now, that mindset is going to cause many of you who are even watching the show right now, to be intimidated to be introduced to people or to go to places where wealthy people hang out because you're afraid you don't measure up. And that is a prison you put yourself in, my friend. And that's a prison I'm hoping to break you out of today. Switch that mindset around. Money is simply a tool, and some of the greatest men in the world do not have very much money, but they are the biggest givers. And if you're not able to give in money, you can give in service to others. Give your way to success. When people die in this world and they have been big givers, they're the people that have the largest amount of people at their funeral because they made an impact on many people's lives. Whether they had a lot of money and they were very, very generous in giving, and they gave to multiple charities. That's great. And you can have a lot of people at your funeral that way. But some of the biggest funerals were for people that gave their way to success. They simply served other people. And a life lived in service to others is a life that is a winning life, in my opinion. You cannot outgive God, you cannot outserve God, but you can follow the paths set out for us and the patterns set out in the Bible. When the disciples were talking to Jesus about who was greater, he said, the greatest among you will be the servant of all, right? So the person that serves the most is the one, the person that serves the most is the one that's the greatest. Now, let's not get this out of balance. Thank you, Frank. You are so complimentary. I appreciate that. I love you, man. Lost my train of thought. But so, yeah, let's not get this out of balance. And also lock yourself into a prison of becoming so busy serving others that you neglect your family, that you neglect your business, that you get caught in the trap of serving others always because you don't feel like maybe you feel like you don't measure up to them socially, or that you will be seen as a friend if you serve. Many people get caught in the trap of buying everything for their friends, right? We have done that in the past. You want to make friends with somebody and you bring them a gift. The Bible says that your gift will make room for you, right? And what does that mean? You know, that gift can open doors. Many times in the real estate world, if someone wants to get influence in the real estate world at the brokerage, they will show up with a gift for the realtors that work there. They'll bring a gift basket full of chips and cookies and crackers with peanut butter in them and things like that, Rice Krispie treats. And it's something that's simply a nice gesture that they can put out on the counter. And as the realtors walk by in their busy lives, they'll grab, a bag of nuts, protein snack, could be cookies, could be whatever. And that gift opens up doors for them. It makes inroads into the real estate world for a new inspector, a new appraiser, an insurance agent trying to gain influence. Your gift will make room for you. Many times you may be invited to a dinner party. And when you go to this dinner party at someone's house for the first time, you may want to bring a bottle of wine, and a nice bottle of wine when you open the door. You've seen it in movies and TV shows forever. They open the door and you're the first person there, or the first time you're there at the house, and you offer them this gift, and it's a nice bottle of wine, and they're going to open it and drink it with you for dinner. So hopefully you find out what you're eating and you bring something appropriate, right? I'm not condoning alcoholism. Everybody calm down. Yes, Pete, cherry sours for Patrick Lee. If you want to get inroads into Patrick Lee's world, bring me a bag of some of the best cherry sours candy. And those are road food for me. I haven't had any in a long time. Someone's taking a mental note right now to bring Patrick Lee some cherry sours. But these are just the things. Your gift will make room for you. So if you're hoping to gather influence in someone's life, a small gift can be a gesture of good favor in that relationship. But don't get caught up in the prison of you always have to volunteer every time someone needs someone to serve, every time someone needs someone to help them move, to clean up after a party, to set chairs at church, to be the first person to set up for a meeting, to be the janitor after a meeting, whatever it is. If you always say me, number one, you are locking yourself into a prison of not feeling that you're good enough, or you don't have enough money. So you have to always be the person serving. Now, so hear me out. Serve your way to success. Absolutely. But don't serve so much that you neglect your business, your family, your friends, the people you have relationship with, always ignoring and denying them, because you also owe your rightful service, number one, to God, number two, to your spouse, number three, to your family, number four, to your business. Let's keep things in the proper perspective here, right? Our most dutiful and loving service should be to God our Father, number first. God is my senior partner. He's the pilot, not my co-pilot. Let's get that straight. God's the pilot, not my co-pilot. God's the captain, not me. So then number two, your spouse always should come next in service to God. The number three is your family. You cleave to your spouse. You create your children for your blessing. If you are doing nothing but ignoring your spouse and serving your children, you're out of balance again. That's another road that I'm just going to leave that sitting on a back burner for y'all. If you're serving and loving your children ahead of your spouse, you're way out of balance and you need to get that back on track. And then number four, your business. So keep these things in balance. Go back to the list I told you to create. Take those negative ideas, connotations, thoughts you have about money, and make the equal and opposite comment about that on the right side and post that someplace where you can see it, and start getting your mind right when it comes to money and comes to serving, because money isn't made except by the people at the mint. Money is earned. I'm a 1099 employee, right? That means I'm an employee of myself, and I get paid in direct. I get paid in direct equality to the amount of service that I provide. And if I don't provide good service, I don't make good checks. And it's the same for you. If you work for yourself, number one, every one of you know that. Thank you, Frank. Yes, divine order, correct alignment, and a balanced life. I love that. Great comment. That goes on the screen. Ding, ding, ding. Divine order, correct alignment, and a balanced life. That's it. Let's not get life out of balance. Let's get our service in order. And let's serve the right people in the right areas with the right motivation, and watch yourself rise from glory to glory to glory. Higher levels of success in life. Hey, I hope the show has helped you today. It is my service to you every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. I do it for free to all of you. And I love it that you come back and watch the show every week. If I can be of service to you, I would love to do so. You know, I help people buy and sell homes and invest in real estate. And if you have need of any of those services, please click on the link to my digital business card in the comments below this video, www.patricklee.work. My digital business card created by Nick Krim and Michael K at Content Cards with a Z, contentcards.com with a Z. And if you are in the real estate space, they can create a digital business card product for you as well. But if I can do that and be of service to you, I would love to help you buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate. Until next week, this has been Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation Live. Like, love, and share the show with your friends. If it's helped you, I hope it can help someone else. Until then, bye-bye.